has been systematic, and it was intended to be this way by the folks who shaped and controlled our government and its development in the early years, and it's continuing on to this day. We also been talking about the open letter that Camille Cosby has written. A key point of controversy is that she compared her husband's plight to the plight of Emmett Till and others who suffered gross injustices in this country. We're going to take your calls at 877-532-5797. I want to go first to line 3 and welcome Abdullah Shabazz joining us from Detroit, listening on 910 AM, the Superstation. Abdullah, welcome to Keeping It Real with Reverend Al Sharpton. You've got Jennifer Jones Austin.
Yes, sir. I got two great, wise, and progressive-thinking people on that. And, brother, it's been years since I talked to you. You remember me, I know.
Oh, absolutely. I remember you, Abdullah.
Yes, sir. And, see, here's the thing we got to realize, my brother, the brothers are saying what he said about slavery. It's a lack of knowledge, and that's written in the Bible. My people will be destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And he got to learn and study the history of slavery. See, I'm 88 years old, and my great-granddaddy was a slave, and he used to tell me about how he was sold from one plantation to the other. He never know which place the brother was sold to was in Georgia, and how they used to beat them and kill them if you do something they didn't want you to do or say or well said. They treated our people worse than they treated animals, you know. And you got to do some study to find out something about his history. This is what the problem is. Our people, the black man and one woman, I put the woman for the man, was the original people on the planet. We have no beginning of our history. We go back millions of years. But the Caucasian, he only been on this planet 6,000 years. And that's a deep subject. I could go deep, you never know. But something happened the other day, and really, I'm still thinking about it. It's sad. But they don't mention it that much on the news, on the social media. You remember, they're killing black women now, these policemen. Did you see the news for the kill of black woman down in Georgia? Did you see that on the news?
No, I missed that one, but I see it happening in general, and I can agree with you that it is, systemic in this country.
That's sad, brother. They're killing our women, brother. Let's start killing them. Well, the men. Well, you check it out. Get up, you'll find out. But it's a guy, brother. And watch this God go bring into Georgia. Watch the weather. Thank you, brother.
We love you. Thank you so much, Abdullah. Jennifer, your thoughts about this?
I appreciate his points. I appreciate the caller before we went to break. What's interesting when I think about this is that Kanye, by his own admission, has been through a lot and has suffered a lot of trauma and some mental health issues. He's talked about it. I'm not assigning any mental health problems to him. He's talked about himself. The interesting thing is we talk about him needing to do his homework and learn history. I don't know if it's so much a history problem or that, maybe he needs to understand how trauma and oppression work. And interestingly, trauma and oppression resulting from structural institutional racism, dating back to slavery, all the resultant impacts of that. I think Kanye's got his own trauma that he's living through right now. He's talked about it. So I don't even have to say I think. He's talked about some of the trauma that he's experienced resulting from his mother's death and the circumstances around that. He's talked about the trauma attendant to his wife being victimized in the Paris Hotel, and we could probably go on and on. I think what we have lost sight of, though, is that, he's always been a lightning rod. He's always been disruptive. He's always been kind of like throwing, like starting fires. And, right now we've got a situation where he's about to drop a record, and he wants attention. He wants attention for what he's doing now. This is like classic Kanye. He's gotten a lot of attention before for stepping out of the box. I think this time he's gone too far, and he's overstepped, and now he's being called on it. But again, I think that you got to take into consideration he's always disrupting. He's always being edgy. He's got issues right now where he's trying to reboot and gain his confidence all over. And this is, I think, resulted in him unloading an inappropriate, insensitive, it's utterly disrespectful statement concerning slavery and our ancestors. And I stand in a camp with, persons like Van Lathan and others who've called him out. I'm disappointed. I'm disgusted. But truth be told, I'm really not surprised. And I think in some ways none of us should be, especially when you appreciate that, I think it's a stunt to stand with Donald Trump and to wear that red hat, make America great again. He's just trying to get attention right now, and he's gone way too far. And maybe some of this stuff is informed by the trauma that he's endured, and he just doesn't know how to act.
Yeah, I fear you might be right. 877-532-5797. Let's go to line 1 and welcome Robert, listening in California to XM 126 Urban View. Robert, welcome to Keeping It Real with Reverend Al Sharpton. You've got Jennifer Jones Austin.
Hey, thank you for taking my call. The Bill Cosby, the Bill Cosby comment, there's something wrong. Back in the 90s, Bill Cosby had a daughter that was suing him. It wasn't by his wife, it was by somebody else. And then when the DNA test came out, it wasn't his daughter actually, so that was the end of that suit. But he had put her through college. So Bill Cosby does have a habit of doing things outside of his marriage, which, if it was up to me, none of this would have happened to Bill because adultery would be a crime. But Bill has got caught up, like Kanye's got caught up. They believe their own BS. And reality's caught up with Bill Cosby. And I'd like to mention Emmett Till's father. I read an article because I wondered, why was his father not there at the funeral? Well, I found out why. His father was in the military, and I guess he was philandering, and so his wife left him, Emmett Till's mother. And in the end, he was accused of murder and rape and was executed by the Army. So, I don't know whether or not he really did it or not. But, adultery ought to be a crime, then we don't have to have the Me Too movement. We'll take care of it right away.
Man, you have so many people locked up in prison, so many lives destroyed. If that were to, actually, come forth, we appreciate the call, though. Jennifer, your thoughts about that?
I think that, sometimes we get in a situation where we conflate many issues. And, as I said last week, I wasn't in the courtroom. I don't know all the details about all that was presented. I don't know why the judge allowed some things and not others. As a lawyer, I do know that there's often more to the story. I also, as a lawyer, know that black people, men and women, have for years been wrongfully convicted of a variety of crimes. What I do know here, though, is the things that this man has admitted to over the years. Extramarital affairs, not to say that an extramarital affair makes you a rapist. That's not what I'm saying at all. So please, nobody say that that's what I'm saying. He admitted to buying drugs and using them on women. What I don't understand is why, this is where I'm having a hard time, and maybe if somebody would embrace that, I could get to, the whole discussion and really lean in and understand how we're saying we're taking down a black man here. He admitted that he did things that were inappropriate and that were against the law to other women. But somehow we keep on just kind of stepping over that. And so it's hard for me, I'm being very honest, it's hard for me to say that his case parallels with that of an Emmett Till or Darryl Hunt or others who've been wrongfully accused to begin with. It's hard for me when there's 60 women, many women of them black women, who also through the years were held in high regard. I love Bill Cosby, and I still respect him for all that he did in this world. But I cannot just cast aside, women who came forward, and as I said last week, and people don't want to hear it, but I too have been, have been mistreated by men. And I did not go run and tell authorities. I didn't know what to do. But for some reason, we want to keep looking beyond that because he's our beloved Cosby. I don't understand that. This pains me.
877-532-5797. Let's go back to the phones. I'm going to welcome Martin joining us on line 6 from Baltimore, listening on 1010 WOLB. Martin, welcome to Keeping It Real with Reverend Al Sharpton. You've got Jennifer Jones Austin. Your thoughts?
Yes. Hello?
You're on the air, Marvin.
Yes, sir. What I wanted to say about Kanye West, you have to give Kanye West a chance to kind of understand, just who he with. Because from what I remember, when most black guys get in trouble, they're successful, and after they get successful, then they strip them down
And then when they strip them down, they kind of want to come back to the color that they originally was. So give him a chance to get out there and hang yourself. I mean, if that's what he wants, you know, or if he's speaking the truth, it'll stay cool for him. That's what I look at. But let me say one other thing about slavery. I think that slavery's been going on long enough for us to just say we're gonna put that behind us and move forward and put ourselves together in a good way. You know, I mean, we need to do a lot better than what just keep on talking about slavery, man. You know, we need to really truly move forward. Thank you.
Appreciate the call. Your thoughts, Jennifer? I mean, you know, he's kind of trivializing the psychological impact of slavery as it has been. You know, these wounds are still, you know, unhealed today. Go ahead.
We have never moved away from the wounds of slavery because structural racism, which was slavery, has been overlaid with institutional racism in the forms of policies, patterns, and practices that have persistently and perpetually kept black people at a disadvantage.
Exactly. We got to put a pin in it right there, Jennifer. Got to take a quick break, folks. 877-532-5797. Quick break and right back with more. Keeping it real with Reverend Al Sharpton after this.
Al Sharpton.